can take that off. Welcome. Did I ring it loud enough? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. First day of fall. Welcome to the first day of fall. Let's get started today. Robert Gibson has our invocation and prayer. Big flags.
God, thank you for these people represented in this room. Lord, I just pray a blessing over them and their families and their children. God, give us wisdom as we live and do our thing at work. Lord, help us be a representative of you in all the things that we do with our children. Let us be leaders and guiders of people around us to follow you. And let us be the light that shines Jesus into the world. Lord, we love you and we praise you. Thank you for all that you do for us. And then we pray. Amen. We're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's thank our Rotarians in service today, Robert Gibson for the invocation and pledge. Okay, I will get closer. Let's see, Jeff Wasico was our greeter today, and Mark Jones serves as registrar. Let's give them a hand. If you haven't done a My Rotary story yet, see Keith May. He's still doing those. Keep sending those. Those tell a great story about our club. We've got our speakers for next week on the screen behind us. I think you can see. Our team our board's done a really good job of getting some really, really great speakers for us. So, did everyone get an opportunity to take their picture today? Everyone is shaking their head yes, yes, yes. Randy Taylor is still down the hall. He is taking new photographs for Club Runner so that when you don't know someone, you can go on Club Runner and say, I recognize the face, but I don't know the name. So then you can find someone. So, and a perfect example of service to the club is Randy Taylor. We are so, so grateful to have someone as talented as him in the club to do that for us. Just a note, the next Rotary International Convention will be in Houston, Texas. And there is a discounted registration for that available until December 15th. And I think it would be, those of you who are real familiar with these conventions, a lot of times they're not in the United States, they're in different countries. So this is a great opportunity if anyone is interested. Miracle League, it's right around the corner again. The next Miracle League Buddy Night is October 5th. There's Jennifer Seaton right back there. She has a sign up. She's going to pass that around. Just to reiterate, those who went, we had a fantastic time, and it's a great opportunity. Krista's shaking her head. She had so much fun. She had a great time. Just a few other announcements. We're going to go a little off script here. Let's see. Do I see Brett Town here today? Well, regardless, he's receiving an Outstanding Scouter Award. I don't know if any of you got this in the mail, but aren't we lucky again to have such talented people in our club? So if you see Brett, tell him congratulations. Yes, sir.
All are welcome. Celebrate value for yourself. It's already read. Please come if you can. Look forward to seeing you this next Tuesday at 6:30.
And to reiterate for those on Zoom who may not have been able to hear that, next Tuesday morning, 7:30 a.m. at the Hilton Conference Center, and that will recognize scouting in our community in Bretttown. All right, great, great. And next off, up a little off script, I have a really neat book here, and I've got a guy who's going to come up here and talk just a minute. So Mark, come on up. Uh-oh, it's right.
Just stick it on here?
Yes.
I'll just hold it for a second. Is that it? So on your table, I've left a few flyers that talks a little bit about a book I'm getting ready to publish. It's coming out October 6th. There's a few copies at Besta Books. And if you buy one, let me know, and I'll donate my piece back to the club for something. I'll let the board decide. Anyway, it's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, et cetera, et cetera. So, like I say, if you just let me know if you buy one, I'll take care of it and give it back to the club. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, and congratulations. I don't think people know what a huge undertaking it is to write a book and get it to this point where I can hold it in my hand right here. So congratulations, and thank you for donating back to the club. We appreciate that. Let's see, Sergeant at Arms. We have Keith May, who just stuck a strawberry in his mouth. Stick this in your pocket. There we go.
Hello, everybody. How was everybody? She said it. I think that everybody should give $1 for Randy Taylor. We could put that through the scholarship funds, and that's a lot of work. I know, bringing all that equipment up and hauling it and setting up. So
It's a lot of work to make it look beautiful. That's what it takes.
and then we can all just right-click and save to our desktop and use that picture for anything else we want to, right? And I love the club renter. I've been doing that a lot, contacting people for my Rotary stories. So it's very, very beneficial. So I just got back from vacation. I really don't know what's going on in town. So is there any announcements? Is there anything happening that we should know about? Does anybody have anything to say? I know we already talked about the next Miracle League. Jennifer's handling that. Okay. I was getting to the guest next.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I have an announcement then. I can make an announcement. Hi, everyone. Just want to let you guys know, Edmond Electric Movers, we host Luminance out at Mitch Park every year. We're 8 weeks away from kicking that off. Can y'all believe that? 8 weeks. Ridiculous. November 20th, 5:30, Mitch Park. We'll do our big, huge kickoff. We will light the park up. So we've been busy working on that. And this year we're bringing back our Berry Marketplace, which is our pop-up shop event. That'll be going from 4 to 8 p.m. We'll have craft vendors and stuff to come and get you guys started for your Christmas holiday shopping, which you guys should already be doing that. Y'all know that? Because apparently there's a shortage of stuff. Anyways, that's my announcement. Do you want me to do my introduction now or later?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I think you guys probably know her by now, but Miss Cody is over here. She graciously sat with me today. Today in the bulletin's her first publication for membership, so she's a financial advisor, so everyone welcome Cody.
Are there any other guests to introduce?
Like to introduce our guest and friend, Lauren Bethel. She just recently graduated from UCO, Forensic Science, but trying to find a job at this time in COVID. So that's what she's interested in. Is she, Lauren? It was her master's degree.
Very good, very good. Natalie, do you have a guest? Or
Announcement. Okay, so This Sunday, Jeff and I celebrate 40 years of marriage.
He deserves a trophy, we all know it, it's okay. Thank you.
Congratulations.
This is Red Schumann, and this is his first publication date also, so tell Red.
By the way, has anybody been to the fair yet? How's it looking down there? They didn't do it last year, right?
My goal is to have registration open this afternoon, but I'm going to start talking about the Edmond turkey trot. So get ready for Thanksgiving morning.
I'm going to show this weekend. It's Footloose. It's downtown OT Theater.
Jay, I'll pay $1 if you'll sing, just a minute.
What time and where's Poteet Theater at?
OT Theater is the base of the St. Luke's downtown Oklahoma City. It's another campus of this same place. And it's down in the basement. It's called Poteet Theater, and it's on Friday night and Saturday night, and Saturday matinee and Sunday matinee. Opening nights sold out. Tickets are some are available. And the show is Footloose, and I get to play the mean guy and the old fart and the pastor. And they're all the same guy.
And they can buy tickets from you, I assume, right?
They get them online.
Get them online. I think I saw another announcement over. Are you going to sing?
Okay, I don't think there's going to need this for the like people on. I don't enjoy being her jailer. I don't enjoy telling her no. But then I think, what if I fail her? How can I just let her go? I strive to be a good preacher. I try not to go overboard. But then I think, if I can't reach her, how can I face my Lord? Heaven help me shoulder my load. Every day's a struggle. Still, someone's got to take the high road. If I don't, who will? I became a man of God to do his work, to spread his word, to ease some pain and to drive some tears. That was the plan. I might have thought twice if only I knew that I'd spend all of my time saying, no, don't do that. See, everyone prays for salvation. I'm happy to give them the tools. The problem is, here's my frustration. Nobody wants to have rules. So heaven help me with my labors. How can you expect one man to save his family and his neighbors? Heaven help me, oh, heaven help me. If heaven can't, who can?
I have nothing to say after that. Unless anybody else has an announcement.
I have a club guest. With me today is Susan Cooper. She's the director of Day 6, which is the Calling New Careers for Christian. She is currently in this year's class of leadership Edmond, and she will be serving as an intern for her. That's all we got.
Remind everyone to get pictures that have it.
Yes, sir, the visiting Rotarian from Club 29, Education and Energy Sector, Bill.
And if you haven't got your picture taken, Randy can still do that.
Mark.
Randy. I go to church with the Randy Taylor. Mark can still do that. Randy, Mark. I know you'd have something to say.
Hello. We get to lead a wayfinding effort in Edmond. So the idea is to help visitors and newcomers and even residents find their way around Edmond with some better signage and directions. And there's a survey out right now. It's in Edmond Life and Leisure today. There was also a press release. If you haven't taken the survey, it's open until October 1st. If you need help finding the survey, just let me know. Yes.
Is it online?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Keith. Before Jessica sits down, let's all say hello to our friends on Zoom today. We have Andy Lester, Chuck Musgrave, Keith Kirsten, Louis Bremer, Ray Hibbard, Shannon Price, our friend Phil Arnold, and Don Mamer. Say hello to them today. Give them a wave. All right. I don't know about you, but Rotary's fun, right? Somebody sings. I'm waiting for dancing. What a great time. I don't know. I tell people I go to Rotary and I think they might think it's stuffy, but I think we have a pretty darn good time here. So with that, it's time for our speaker. Come on up, ma'am. She's going to, Krista's going to introduce our speaker today.
Well, it is my pleasure to introduce Deanna Boston today from the Edmond Public Schools Foundation. You all have her incredible bio on our bulletin, and so you know that she's worked 25 years in the nonprofit sector and that she's been at Edmond Public Schools Foundation for 2 years. But I had the wonderful opportunity last week to visit with Deanna and get to see her passion for the foundation and for her compassion for our students. And I was thrilled. I was just thrilled that our foundation is in her hands. The way the foundation has developed their strategic plan and their vision provides an opportunity for us as a community and for all of us as individuals to find an area of support that we can really tag into. So they have classroom support, district-wide support, and then other support. After we discussed everything and kind of where my passion was, Craig and I decided that we want to do our matching donation to the foundation in mental health and emotional and social learning and split that with the Art in Schools program. So we are thrilled, and I can't wait to have Deanna tell you all about the foundation and all of those areas. So let's give Deanna a warm Rotary welcome. Deanna Boston from the foundation.
Okay, I'm going to use the wireless one so I don't stand right in front of the screen, and so I can see the screen. Are you guys okay if I'm down here? Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Krista, for that. And we had a lovely lunch last week, and I enjoyed getting to know you and your passion and what you're interested in. And I'm going to add a little bit to that that's not in my bio that you guys received. It's kind of a full circle story. I grew up like a lot of kids playing school and playing teacher, and always wanted to be a teacher. I was in awe of my teachers. I loved my teachers. I could probably, if you quizzed me and gave me a few minutes, go through and name every teacher that I had. I did pursue a degree in education, and at the same time I was working as a teacher assistant in public schools. And what I realized, and I call it early wisdom, what I realized is I did not have that skill set that it takes to be a teacher. I would say yes to every student. I couldn't manage a classroom, and I was honest about that. So I went into management and just knew that wasn't what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, and had a conversation with someone and said, you know, my passion is really helping children, but here's my experience. And he happened to be on the board of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and ended up, my very first job was at Big Brothers Big Sisters. That person who gave me that opportunity is Laurie Barber. I still talk to her to this day. And that set me on this path for nonprofit work, which has become a true passion for me. When I started 25 years ago, almost 25 years ago, it's changed so much. The landscape has changed. Here in Oklahoma, you can go get a degree in nonprofit management in undergrad and graduate school now, which wasn't the case about 10 years ago. So then and now I'm here. So I was not looking for a job. I loved what I did. I was still working in Tulsa, actually, and living in Edmond for 16 years. And I saw the position for the foundation. And something just told me I need to apply for that. I feel like I need to do this. And of course, hindsight's 2020. Now I'm here, and I feel like it's come full circle for me. I had that passion for helping children and that passion for education, and now I'm able to use a skill set that I built for 25 years and give back to the schools in that way. So here I am, and I want to share a little bit now with you about what the foundation has been doing the last 2 years. We have a great board of directors. Some of them are here today. We have a great new superintendent who sits on our advisory board, and then Brett Town was on our advisory board too when we were developing our plan, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about. I think I might have skipped a slide. No? Okay, so we started with some core values. We started actually on the strategic plan almost 2 years ago, and surveying stakeholders in the community, in the schools, and came up with some core values. Our board has worked really hard on this. And of course, one of our core values is we believe in the value of public education. We believe in collaboration, and we believe in it so much, it's one of our strategic goals. I'll talk more about that. We believe that community investment builds stronger schools. We all know the story that I hear over and over, and it's my story. When we moved back here from Tulsa, we could have lived anywhere in the metro. We chose Edmond because of the public schools. That's why I'm here, that's why I live here, and I know I've heard that from many other people too. We believe in integrity in what we do, and then we believe in innovation and creativity, which we got to practice a lot in the last 18 months, like everybody. So these are the 3 main goals in that strategic plan. This is kind of just a broad overview. We have a lot of details, a lot of tactics that go into this. But briefly, we want to collaborate with all of the stakeholders to meet the strategic needs of the district. Primarily, that's building a really strong relationship with the district. So part of that includes an advisory board. The superintendent has always held a place on our advisory board, but we've added a principal, a student, a support staff, just being really strategic, and that's one example of that. But also with the community. I know there's some community members in here who are on our advisory board. Andy is one of those with the city. So making sure that we're collaborating as a community to meet the needs of the schools. The second main goal is to build long-term sustainability. So right now, or in the last couple years, we're having events to fund the needs and having events to fund the needs. So we're really looking at long-term, what does that look like? That includes us partnering with corporations and community to be corporate partners. It also includes working on some very specific endowed programs, which I'll talk more about too. And then growing the capacity of the foundation, we've already done part of that. We added a part-time staff. The next slide, I'll tell you a little bit more about the foundation and the staff. And I think I actually skipped a slide. I don't know where it went. There is a slide that talks about the difference between, so I'll just tell you. We are a separate organization. The foundation has a very similar name as Edmond Public Schools. We also have one purpose, which is to support the needs of the schools, but we are separate. We're a separate 501c3 like any other nonprofit, but our mission is to serve the schools. We have a small staff of 2 plus a half. We just added a part-time person, which was that third goal to help build our capacity. And then we have lots of volunteers and board members who help us. But we're totally separate, and all of your donations are tax deductible like it is to any other 501c3. So those 3 goals that I mentioned, here's kind of the overall goal statement that the board came up with. So in the next 5 years, we're going to invest $2.6 million into the school district. And I'll go into a little more detail of what that looks like. We're going to leverage an additional $1.7 million. And then some of that strategic long-term sustainability, we're going to grow some specific endowment programs by $280,000. And then also identify 10 legacy society members. That means people who have chosen the foundation to leave in their will. Okay, here's the financial breakdown of what that 2.7 million looks like. So the biggest one financially that we're investing in is social emotional learning and mental health. That's 1.25 million over the next 5 years. Those are programs that already exist in the schools, but the foundation has taken that on as a goal so we can make sure that they don't go away. So we're going to take that on over the next 5 years. Classroom support, 2.4, and yes, I'm not a math major, I know that number is bigger, but what I want to say about that, that's where that leveraged money comes in. So this is our Donors Choose projects, which I'll talk more about too, but 2.4 includes a 5-to-1 return on investment that we've seen since January for our Donors Choose project. So for every dollar the foundation is putting into that, we're seeing $5 come back. The Art in Schools program, I think I heard Shannon is on Zoom, and that is a partnership that's been around, I think, 20 plus years between the Edmond Fine Arts Institute and Edmond Public Schools. When I first started, Brett Town came to me and asked if the foundation could add the last 2 schools to that program to make sure every elementary school was covered. And then I know another school has been added to that with the opening of Redbud. So our plan is in the next 5 years that we are going to step up our support to help take over that program and relieve that burden from the school district so that we can make sure it's always there. Professional development is for educators. A good example of that is this last summer, they did a lot of professional development to learn virtual learning. We just try to support in a small way, helping offer meals so they can stay there and continue learning during the day, and support them in any way we can. Endowing the celebration of excellence. I do want to talk about this for a minute, and I wish that Brett was here. This was inspired by him to endow this program. This is a program where Teacher of the Year, Support Staff of the Year, and Rookie Teacher of the Year are all recognized and announced at this event. It's actually my favorite event that we do. And in the last 2 years, the support staff and Rookie of the Year were added because Brett Town asked us to do that. And he is personally supporting that Rookie Teacher of the Year award. So he inspired us because he wants to see that award always there. We're working to endow that for him. But then we're like, why don't we endow this whole event? We want there always to be an event long after I'm gone and my grandkids are here, that their teachers and support staff are also recognized. So in 5 years, we want to raise $200,000, and that will help cover all the cash awards that all of the finalists and the winners get in perpetuity. And then just our general endowment, there is a challenge grant we can do with the Kirkpatrick Foundation, so we've made that part of our goal too. Okay, so that was kind of a financial investment, but here's where the programs kind of break down how we're doing that. That classroom support is that top one, the Donors Choose. We made a very strategic shift in the last year, January. It really was an opportunity with COVID. If you always try to find silver linings, I think that is one, that we were able to think a little bit differently. And how could we really reach more classrooms? Our traditional program we were reaching 40 classrooms with about $100,000 a year. And the teachers would apply for a grant and we would fund up to 40 of them. But with this, we have invested about $30,000, and it's over $138,000 have already gone back into the classrooms. I have the numbers, and I'll pull it up on a later slide, but we are really seeing a huge, tremendous return on our investment and reaching more classrooms. The number is over 300 classrooms have been reached, 300 projects since this started in January. District-wide support, this is the mental health, social emotional learning. the programs that already are in place in our schools, art in schools, educator professional development, celebration of excellence, and then the Hall of Fame. I want to also talk briefly about that, and again, I wish Brett Town was here. The Hall of Fame is, it is a fundraiser, but it's also a way for us to advocate about the excellence of Edmond Public Schools. We recognize past educators, and we recognize people who have gone through Edmond Public Schools and give back to the community. And this year at the Hall of Fame, Brett Town is one of our inductees, so he'll be inducted on October 21st into the Hall of Fame. Some other support that we have, it's more of a time resource and not really a financial resource, is our Student Ambassador Program. Students from all 3 high schools are advocates for the foundation. They've actually taken on the role of hosting the Celebration of Excellence, raising money, getting goodie bag items for the teachers and support staff, advocating for the district, community mobilization, community fairs. That's something new that we're doing, trying to help lift up the programs that the district is doing and get the word out about those, and then some scholarships and teacher awards. Okay, I have a short video, and the students have been working on this. We have lots of different video clips from the last year that we just have in a file, and some of the student ambassadors and some interns took on a project. They wanted to kind of make a video out of all of it. So this is their video, and I'm going to share it with you. Maybe. Oh, I got it. I got it.
Frustrated when things aren't going your way, something's happening you don't like, and you want it to be different, and that feels frustrated. Do you see how frustrated looks similar to angry?
When I get this stuff I rule and a part of it clicked.
We as teachers want to model what it's like to self-regulate appropriately. So one of the biggest pieces of the curriculum that we teach is just teaching us how to focus on our own emotions and our own feelings, and having those in a place where we're able to help someone else. So one of the biggest pieces of what we learn is just how to take care of ourselves and how to manage any emotions that we feel. Because a child that's in distress or that's, those emotions are so overwhelming, they're not in a place where they can learn. And unless we're able to help them overcome that hurdle, they're never going to be able to grasp the concepts that we're learning and learning within our classroom.
Every day was so exciting because it was a pre-K classroom, and she had ordered maybe like a play set or a little kitchen or something. I got to deliver that to the classroom, and I got a little bit emotional because the teacher was so excited, and the kids, she explained what it was, and so they were excited, and then they had me, and it wasn't really me that did it, but just being a part of that, especially when times are tough. It's just the little things that teachers need, and our administrators and support staff. So it's very, very important, and we're very grateful.
So all of us in first grade, we all did different kinds of purposeful plays because it's a really amazing district initiative. We all did different items for different grades, so we could share. So we'll end up with an entire first grade, not just one classroom. And a lot of the things from our imagination, which is a little bit like Wayfinding, and it's build a shelter conference. And we got baby dolls, and it's been amazing. We got baby dolls and it just helps me get in a good mood and calm down when I'm stressed.
The Art in Schools program is a creative collaboration between Edmond Public Schools and the Fine Arts Institute. And our goal is to truly be able to provide academic visual art classes for all students. In school, a lot of times children are taught one right answer. And art gives you the ability to use your critical thinking skills and higher level problem solving skills, so there may not be one answer for everything. They can think outside the box, and that's one of the reasons that art education is so important.
I'm really excited for the Celebration of Excellence and all the fundraisers that are planned. I think it's going to be really fun, just all of this group of people. Everyone here is
they were honored and touched when they told me that I had been nominated. You know, everyone wants to be appreciated, but to know that you're respected by your peers and hearing some of the wonderful things that they said, it just makes it all feel worthwhile. Feel like you're making a difference in your small part of the world.
First week of teaching was probably the most exhausting and scary of my entire life, but I love it. I love getting to connect with people, getting to meet students, getting to get to know their stories, the things they struggle with, the things they're good at, the things they are afraid of, the fears they have, the insecurities they have. And you can use so many different hats as a teacher. You're not just there delivering information. You're providing an environment for them to feel successful, for them to thrive, for them to be challenged, for them to fail, and to pick themselves back up. And so I just thought I found
It's a special community when it comes to public education. If it went to the foundation and the PTOs, the school district would be hurt in our portion. So I want to thank you all so much for what you do.
On my own, I could make a small impact and a small difference. But when the teachers realize that we come together as an entire community within this district and contribute as a community, rather than just as individuals, we realize we can have such a greater impact.
Yeah, I choose to support the Wayfinding campaign because I have seen the direct positive impact of what the foundation has done.
I get to the campaign because I believe in it. I think that if cumulatively we can all come together and make a huge impact. For myself, I wouldn't be able to provide things like this, but together we can do it.
Okay, and I think I probably have 10 minutes left, and I want to leave some time for questions. And luckily, Jeff Despain, who's our past president, and Angela Grunwald are here, and Andy Conyers, so they can all help answer any questions if you have them, if I don't know the answer. So these next slides I'll go through quickly because you have some of the information on your table. I left a copy of the Scout Guide. One of our board members, Ashley Nettleton, owns the Scout Guide, and she was kind enough to put some information about the foundation in there this time. And then I put some other handouts in there that will be a lot of the same information. So Donors Choose, I could talk about this for a lot longer, but it's just incredible the impact that I see from the reports I get 3 times a week from Donors Choose. How many projects are live. Right now, I just checked before I came up here, there's 41 projects live right now. It means they're partially funded. It means we've kicked in our Kickstarter, and the teachers still need more funding to get the things to their classroom. The exciting thing is, once it's funded, they usually have it in their classroom within a week. We saw in the video one of those getting delivered. You saw in the video about school readiness, social emotional learning, mental health. These are some of the projects that includes. That's that 1.25 million I talked about. Art in schools, 3rd and 4th grade. Again, there's the number we want to get to by 2026, $115,000 annually. We're stepping that up each year to try to get to that. Becoming a corporate partner, that wasn't in the video. This is something new that the fundraising committee came up with about a year ago. I think there's many of our corporate partners here in the room today. But what they do is they sign up one time a year, say, yes, I want to support this. It keeps us from knocking on their door 4 times a year for our 4 events. But it also lets us budget and plan for the year and what we're able to support. So if you want more information about that, it's on our website. You get first opportunity to come to our events. Our Hall of Fame is sold out. So unless there's somebody who's not coming who's a corporate partner and some tables open up, it's pretty much sold out already. So you get first access to any of our events. Hall of Fame is one of those events. We have a golf tournament in the spring. There'll be more information about that on our website. Right after the Hall of Fame, that Saturday is the Red Day Run, and we don't put on that event. It is Keller Williams, but we are one of the beneficiaries. And if you are a runner and you sign up for the Red Day Run, please vote for the Edmond Public Schools Foundation. We get graded on how many votes we get, and the further up the list we go, the more money we'll get that we can give back to the schools. Last year we got 2nd place. I'm a little bit competitive, so we're trying to get 1st place. So if you'll vote for us when you sign up, but further, on the postcard that's in your booklet, we are trying to sponsor students to run. So we are signing up cross-country teams and tennis teams and whoever wants to sign up. They don't have to even be a part of a team, but we're trying to sign up at least 500 students, but we need people to sponsor their fee, and it's $47 for anyone over 13 and $23 for anyone under 13. So there's a QR code on the postcard where you can sponsor a student. And then the celebration of excellence. Again, I think we've talked a lot about that. Our goal is to endow this event. Right now, we're raising the money each year to pay out those awards to all of the finalists and the winners, but our goal is that that money is going to be there forever, and that be able to carry on for a long, long time. Another thing that's not in the video, well, it was shortly, EPS employees, this actually was amazing to me when I started, and I found this out. EPS employees get out of their own paycheck every month to the One Edmond campaign. The average gift is about $10 a month, and it totals $50,000 from EPS employees to the foundation. So not only are these employees and teachers giving of their time and working so hard for our kids, they're giving out of their own pocket to the foundation in addition to what they're spending on their classroom themselves, which is on average $450 per classroom per teacher. So I was amazed by that, so we're asking the community to please consider matching them and sign up for a $10 a month donation. If you are a community member and you do that, you can get the same t-shirt that the teachers wear once a month. There's a lot of those in the video, and the student ambassadors designed those this year. You can volunteer and advocate. You can join a committee. We have lots of committees. I know Jeff would be happy to tell you all about those. You can consider joining the board. Our application to become a board of director is on our website. Follow us on social media and share our posts. We're always putting whatever's going on and current on our social media. It's the same at Edmond PSF except for TikTok. We now have a TikTok. I don't know how to use TikTok. The student ambassadors wanted to have a TikTok. I said, okay, but here are the rules. So if you are on TikTok and you're following it and something gets out there that I didn't know about, please let me know. It's one more thing for me to keep up with. So I'm following it, and they know not to post unless I know about it. But now we have a TikTok, and it's EPS Foundation. It's the only one that's different. So if you're on TikTok, you'll have to put in the other handle. And then one last thing that's still being developed as part of their committees. All the student ambassadors have a committee. Their idea, in addition to hosting the celebration of excellence, is they want to do random acts of kindness. We hear on the news about all the things going on with kids and students that are not kind, but there's so many kind students out there who are doing great things, and they want to do random acts of kindness. And so they're developing what that looks like. Follow us on social media, and I'm sure you'll be hearing more about it, about what they're going to come up with. And that's all I have. I have a little bit of time for questions, I think. Is like 5 minutes? Okay.
There's just one on Zoom.
Okay.
It says in your Donor's Choice book drive, is there a specific list of books that you're looking for?
Okay, so donors choose. Each teacher creates their own project. So some could be books, some could be flexible seating, it could be equipment for a journalism class, like a camera. Each project is different. So if you go to our website, edmondpsf.org, right on the front page you see Donors Choose. Click on that. It'll take you directly to all of the Edmond projects, and they're all different, and they're changing day by day. They'll get funded, new ones will come on, it changes all the time.
Ms. Boston, just a comment. Obviously, you've done some amazing work just in a few years. It's very impressive what you're doing. Just a little club history for the visitors today that are club visitors. We provided the seed money, Rotary provided the seed money for arts and education program. Mitzi Handcuffy, the bulldog she is, started that as a volunteer. I mean, on her own through Arts to the Arts Institute to root to the school. I mean, to do art in the school. She came to us and said, "I need money," and so our members know that Rotary has that legacy beyond our arts and education.
That's amazing. It's grown to that from it just starting, and now it's in all of the elementary schools. So thank you.
Got some really cool t-shirts on here on the tables. I bet those are free. I'm gonna pay $20 if you can find me a size that'll fit me, and it's fat boy size.
Well, I kind of just put out some random sizes, and so these were last year's t-shirts, and I have another one up here. You can check the other tables if somebody didn't take one that was their size, and thank you, thank you.
It's a 4.
I just want to say is board member now for 6 years?
Past president.
Past president. We have a rock star in Deanna. We're so lucky to have her at Public School Foundation. You know, somebody who grew up here, went K through 12 here. I didn't know about the foundation until I came back as an adult. And I think there's a lot of people in our community who don't know about the foundation. And during my presidency and during my boardship, I go around and ask people for donations, and I get all the time, well, I don't have a kid in school. I'm not a stakeholder in the Public School Foundation. But we're all stakeholders. If you live, if you work, if you play in Edmond, we should be supporting the foundation. We should be supporting Angie through our funds. And what she won't tell you is that, I'm gonna get the numbers wrong, that out of all of the districts in the state of Oklahoma, we're in the bottom 10% in funding by the state per pupil in Edmond. So not only do our teachers do an amazing job, they do an amazing job with less than pretty much anybody else in the state. So if we want to continue to see Edmond thrive and grow and see people wanting to come here to be in these school districts, we gotta give money to these people. So I would encourage all of y'all to do the $10 a month. Give what you can. Go to the website. Give them money. This has been an unbelievable organization for me to be part of. And I'll be falling off the board next year, and I'm really mad about that. But hopefully I can come back in a couple years and do it again. But amazing organization. Get involved. Support them. They're awesome.
Thank you, Jeff. And Jeff has to only take a 1-year break, so you guys all heard it here. He's coming back.
Hey, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Deanna. Let's give her another round of applause. James Boggs, our president, his word for this year is impactful and doing impactful things. And I look around this room and I see a lot of people in this club that are making a difference and making an impact on our students in Edmond Public Schools. So congratulations and thank you. Thanks all of you. Thank Deanna for your work. So just a few things before we get going. On the note of gratitude, I think we all show up, we have a great time, but we forget there are people behind the scenes that make this happen. Allison, thank you very much for all that you do. Also, Mike Sanders, he does a lot, he makes a lot of this happen, and we appreciate him. There he is. And the staff for the great lunch every week. I love it. It is great. I do event planning, and this is fantastic. I love it. So, and then last but not least, Miss Jessica for taking care of Zoom. What you all don't know, it's kind of a big production. There's a lot that goes on to make Zoom happen. So anyhow, thank you. Deanna has signed a book for us. It is Rosie Revere, Engineer, and she has signed it for the students at Ida Freeman, and she says, "Dear students, always dream big and work hard." So thank you for that. We'll make that donation on your behalf. I'm going to have you draw a card here for our draw. No, you're not drawing a card, you're drawing this. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's see, last four numbers, 4279. 4279. It's Randy's? Yeah, well, yeah. And now, and while we're waiting on him, we're going to draw for Mark's book, and we thank him again for the donation that he's going to make. Go ahead. And whoever wins this, I expect a book report next week, 3 pages, single-spaced. The last 4 are 4, 2, 2, 8. Oh, book report!
Yay, job!
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. Okay, Randy, come on up, and thanks again for taking pictures today. We appreciate that. Next week's speaker, you can see in your bulletin, is Casey Moore with the City of Edmond. Just draw a card right there.
Okay. Yes.
Close. We were looking for the King of Diamonds, and we got
Jack.
Oh, very close.
Very good. And with that,
Have your picture made. I'm getting older and fatter. I don't want to take
he's gonna track you down and get you. So with that, I am going to challenge you today to go out and practice service above self and be good Rotarians. You're dismissed.